Dear friends, today we are going to discuss the topic called words. When we think about words, we are well acquainted with alphabets, that is A to Z, and when we arrange those letters in a proper sequence, then and then only we have the meaningful word. For example, there are three letters A, T and C, but if we arrange in a different way, it has meaning. Otherwise, ATC has no meaning at all. For example, the first word is, if I arrange ATC like this, CAT, and when we say CAT, it has meaning. Similarly, somebody else will arrange these letters like this, ACT, and it has also meaning, that is act. And then we have words called actor, action, and so on. So words are very important for us, and while writing words, the grammar begins. Your vocabulary should be enriched with the help of words. When I say words, you have to remember parts of speech, because we must know which word functions what. So here we are going to see something about words in proper way, and for that purpose the grammar book you have to consider as a source is English Grammar for Today, written by Geoffrey Leach and others. It is supposed to be the standard for English grammar. Now let us begin with the topic called words. When we say words, there are two classes of words. Number one, open, that is open class words, and the second one is closed one. When we consider open, why it is called open? Here you can add any word that can function as open, and in this category we have noun, verb, adjective and adverb. So these are the four classes we consider under open word classes. Here you add number of words, a number of words which can function as maybe noun, maybe verb, maybe adjective or maybe adverb. And under second category, that is closed word classes, we have determiner, pronoun, preposition, conjunction, operator verb, interjunction and enumerator. So these are the two categories. And why the second one is called closed? Because here you are not allowed to add new words in it. They are there. They function as what they have their meaning. Now when we consider word, we have to look at the word in three different categories. That is the very first one, that is form. What kind of word is it? Then we have secondly consider it as what is the function of that word, and third thing, we have to think about the word in context as its meaning. So the form of the word, function of the word and meaning of the word is very, very important. Now let us look at the first category of words is nouns. There are many definitions of nouns in different books. We may simply consider noun refers to physical phenomenon like people, objects, places, etc. and other abstract things like beauty, idea, etc. So with the help of this short definition, we may consider different types of noun. For example, common noun, and the common noun, when we say, we have the examples like dog, boy, doctor, action, pencil, market, table, city, etc. The second one is proper noun. For example, Rajesh, America, Mumbai, Himalaya, Krishna, Rajasthan, etc. When I say etc., it means you have possibility to add more names in it. Third type is concrete noun. For example, boy, hall, fan, tree, book, etc. The fourth one is abstract noun, as earlier mentioned in the definition. For example, joy, love, happiness, beauty, truth, genius, etc. When we go further, we have count noun. For example, table, dog, boy, teacher, city, man, mile, radio, etc. There is another kind of noun, that is a mass noun. For example, water, air, food, tea, milk, sugar, truth, beauty, gold, etc. And next one is collective noun. For example, family, team, army, council, staff, crew, crowd, bunch, etc. And the last one is material noun. For example, steel, silver, gold, glass, wood, paper, etc. Here you will find some names are found in both the categories. For example, if we consider here mass noun, we have gold. Even in material noun, we have also gold. It is the speciality of that one. So you may consider as per the context where that word is used. Now let us consider next type of words, that is verbs. Now when we think about verbs, verb is very important part of speech without which we cannot write a sentence. That is the importance of verbs, and we have here different kinds of verbs. When we think about the word definition, or the definition of verb, it is main element of verb phrase, and the verb tells something about actions, events, processes, or states. Now here verbs are properly or mainly used for telling or saying something about actions, events, processes, or states. And as I earlier mentioned, if there is no verb, there is no sentence. It means no sentence without verb. And there are 2 types and 5 forms of verbs. Now look at which are these 2 types of verbs. 2 types, it means regular and irregular. And which are the forms? VO, that is a present tense base. VS, that is third person singular. VED, that is past tense. VING, that is present participle. And VEN, that is past participle. Now when we look at regular verbs, you will come to know here, for example, work, works, worked, working, and worked. Now here consider another example. For example, class, a call, calls, called, calling, and called. On the other hand, what happens about irregular verbs? For example, go, then there comes goes, went, going and gone, and not like regular verbs. Ed is there, ing is there, and once again ed is there. Another example from irregular verbs, for example, give, gives, gave, giving and given. And even you have another irregular verb, for example, put, puts, put, putting and put. Here we have put and put. Even in irregular verb, for go, went and gone is there. So they are called irregular verbs. Now we have an exercise here. For example, these are the some verbs, and you people have to classify those verbs into regular and irregular. For example, ask, you have to think over those verbs and you may classify those verbs into regular and irregular. For example, ask, say, change, cook, narrate, show, break, buy, find, shine, steal, and wear, and many more. Many more. Why? Because it is open class and you can add many verbs. Suppose there is a word called water. It mainly functions as noun. But if I say I water the plants, it functions as verb. So here you have many more examples. You may classify them into regular and irregular. So this is all about verbs. Verbs are very, very important, and using verbs in a proper way is the beginning of English grammar. Now we have another type of word, that is adjectives. Now you are also known with the adjectives. That means the words tell something about noun or pronoun. Noun or pronoun. And here we have two types of adjectives. Number one, gradable, and another one is non-gradable. Now when we consider gradable, we have adjectives like simple, comparative, superlative and degree adverbs. For example, old, older, oldest, very old. Or you may consider another example, small, smaller, smallest, too small. Like this, there are some adjectives, they may be considered as gradable. Now when we think about non-gradable, the words are used as adjectives, but they don't have comparative, superlative and adverb forms. For example, male, we can't say maler, we can't say malest, and even we can't say very male, because the word male is both noun as well as adjective. For example, if I say male frog, male donkey, male is used as adjective, but we don't have comparative, superlative and degree adverbs for non-gradable adjectives. Now another type we have to consider is adverbs, and here you must know how to define adverbs. Adverbs are the words, they tell something about, number one, verb, adjective or another adverb also. Sometimes incomplete definitions are given about adverbs. They say adverb is a word which gives us information about verb or adjective only. Most of the books have the definition. Adverbs are the words, they give more information about adjectives only. No, verb, adjective and another adverb also. For example, there are different kinds of adverbs. For example, adverb of manner when we ask the question how, and we have the examples like nice, well, or nicely. Another adverb type is place. For example, where, and you have the words here, there, somewhere. Then there is a adverb of direction, where to and where from. For example, up, back, forward, home. Similarly, we have time when adverb, and you have to ask the question when. For example, then, once, tonight, soon. We have also adverb of duration. For example, you have to ask the question how long. For example, long, briefly, always. Then there is another adverb of frequency, and you ask the question how often. It means you have the examples always, weekly, often, and there is one more adverb to what degree, and you have to ask question to what degree. For example, rather, quite, much, hardly. If you use these words in a sequence, you will come to know how adverbs are working as or giving us more information about verb, adjective, or another adverb. So these are the 4 classes of words in open class word, that is noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. Now remaining part we will see in the next lecture. Thank you.